In a small town in the heart of California, a curious phenomenon captured the attention of its inhabitants. As the evening fell, a black cat with fur as dark as the approaching night began its peculiar routine in the Central Park. This was no ordinary cat. Its enigmatic behavior had become the predominant topic among the residents, who watched intrigued as the feline frantically dug in the same spot every day. Could it have buried something there? Or is it searching for treasure hidden by the town's former residents? Wondered a lady, peering from the window of her old house overlooking the park. Or perhaps it's trying to tell us something, a message only it can see, conjectured a young man, fascinated by the mystery unfolding before his eyes. Curiosity about what the cat might be seeking or hiding fueled conversations in cafes, on squares, and even on social media, where various theories were shared with enthusiasm. Speculations ranged from a simple search for a place to hide its toys to more fanciful ideas, such as the presence of a secret passage to a hidden world beneath the park. One day, as the sun set, casting long shadows across the park, Anna, a young writer who had recently moved to the town in search of inspiration, decided to investigate the mystery on her own. With her notebook in hand, she approached the spot, determined to uncover the secret of the black cat. Who knows? Maybe this will turn into the plot of my next book, she thought, a smile spreading across her face as she watched the cat, which stopped digging and suddenly turned its attention to her, as if inviting her to embark on an unexpected adventure. Intrigued and slightly anxious, Anna took a step toward the feline. The cat, sensing her approach, began to walk slowly, occasionally looking back, making sure Anna followed. It led her out of the park, through narrow winding streets, until they reached the entrance of an old abandoned mansion, whose existence Anna was unaware of until then. The black cat, with a soft meow, seemed to encourage her to enter. Anna, though hesitant, felt an irresistible force pulling her into the mansion. What she would find inside could reveal the true reason behind the cat's curious behavior and, perhaps, uncover secrets long hidden beneath the quiet surface of the historic town. On a cloudy afternoon, where the sun struggled to break through the gray clouds, Carlos, a historian fascinated by the hidden layers of the town, stood at a safe distance from the Central Park. His eyes were fixed on the black cat, whose mysterious actions had not only captured the town's attention, but now his as well. With a notebook in hand, jotting down observations and theories, Carlos muttered to himself, "No matter the rain or the sunshine, your determination remains unwavering. What do you seek with such fervor, little guardian of the shadows?" As he approached, treading lightly on the damp grass, the cat, sensing his presence, abruptly stopped digging and lifted its head, its yellow eyes fixed on Carlos, shining with an intelligence almost human. Carlos, trying to appear as non-threatening as possible, reached out his hand in a gesture of peace. "Hey, buddy, I'm not here to harm you. I'm just curious," he said, his voice gentle, trying to bridge the barrier of distrust the cat clearly possessed. However, as if understanding his intentions, but choosing to keep its secrets, the black cat turned away and, with surprising agility, disappeared into the shadows of the surrounding vegetation, leaving behind only the enigmatically dug hole. Though frustrated, Carlos felt his curiosity turn into obsession. "There must be something more," he murmured, cautiously approaching the hole. At that moment, Anna, the young writer, who had also been drawn into the mystery of the cat, approached. "Are you following the cat too?" she asked, her voice laden with a mixture of excitement and caution. Carlos turned, surprised by the sudden company. "Yes, I'm trying to understand what it seeks or hides. And you?" Anna crouched down beside the hole, examining it with an analytical gaze. "I think there's something deeper to this mystery than we can imagine. This hole, it doesn't seem like just the work of a cat searching for something." Carlos agreed. "Exactly. And considering its interest in this specific place, regardless of what's happening around, it leads me to believe that," before he could finish his sentence, a subtle, almost imperceptible sound emanated from the depths of the hole. The two exchanged glances, each recognizing in the other the same spark of curiosity and determination. "Did you hear that?" Anna whispered, her voice barely able to contain her excitement. Carlos nodded, pulling a small flashlight from his pocket. Carefully, he illuminated the inside of the hole, revealing not only the disturbed earth, but also something faintly glowing at the bottom. The two leaned in closer, each of their hearts pounding in anticipation of the unknown. What they would discover there could be the key to unraveling the secrets kept by the Black Cat, and perhaps the mysteries buried at the heart of the town itself, beneath the dark cloak of night, where only the full moon and the twinkling stars illuminated the sky. Carlos, equipped with a flashlight and a small shovel, returned to the Central Park. The stillness of the night was only interrupted by the sound of his cautious steps on the dry foliage. He had marked the exact location of the cat's excavation with a piece of cloth tied to a nearby tree, a compass for his nocturnal venture. "The truth is buried here, I can feel it," Carlos murmured to himself, his heart beating rapidly, not just from the adrenaline of the adventure, but from the anticipation of what he was about to uncover. Kneeling beside the hole, he began to dig delicately, each movement meticulously calculated to avoid damaging whatever lay hidden below. As the earth was removed, small objects began to emerge under the faint light of his flashlight. At first, they seemed to be just bits of ceramic and ancient stones. But as he dug deeper, Carlos found something that made his heart skip a beat. They were ancient coins, worn by time, each one engraved with symbols he recognized from a significant historical period of the town. "Incredible. This can't be a coincidence," he whispered, amazed, carefully wiping the dirt off the coins with his fingers. But it wasn't just that. As he continued to dig, a larger object began to reveal itself. It was a small wooden chest, no bigger than a shoebox, but clearly ancient, its edges corroded by time and damp soil. Carlos hesitated for a moment before touching the chest, his breath held. This moment was the culmination of his curiosity. The answer he sought might lie within that small box. With trembling hands, he opened the chest. Inside, wrapped in a cloth that seemed to have been carefully preserved, were old documents and photographs. Carlos picked up the documents, discovering them to be ancient maps of the town, along with handwritten letters speaking of a hidden treasure, a legacy from times when the town was just a village. This changes everything," Carlos exclaimed softly, his eyes quickly scanning the lines of the letters, absorbing every word. The letters mentioned a specific point in the town, suggesting that the true treasure was yet to be found. Carlos carefully gathered the items, placing them back into the chest. He knew what he had to do. That discovery was not just about a buried treasure, but about the forgotten history of the town, now begging to be told. He looked around, ensuring he was alone, before covering the hole again, hiding the chest so he could return with the necessary resources to properly explore the clue found in the letters. "The adventure has only just begun," he said to the silent night, a smile of determination lighting up his face in the moonlight. The mystery of the Black Cat had evolved into a journey that could reveal secrets far beyond what Carlos could have imagined. Under the faint moonlight, filtering through the trembling leaves of the ancient trees in the Central Park, Carlos continued his excavation, driven by a mix of determination and a chest-tightening anxiety. Each piece of earth removed seemed to bring him closer to the truth, a truth that had been buried and forgotten over the centuries. Suddenly, his shovel hit something solid. With his heart racing, Carlos cleared the area with his hands, revealing the weathered surface of a wooden box. It was small, no bigger than a shoebox, but its presence there, buried beneath the soil of the Central Park, pulsed with significance. With extreme care, Carlos removed the box from the hole and opened it. Inside, protected from the ravages of time by a thick, dusty fabric, lay artifacts that he immediately recognized as belonging to the colonial period of the town. There was a small metal cross, a handful of copper coins worn by time, and a delicately crafted brooch, each item a window into the lives of the town's early inhabitants. However, What captured his attention most was a diary. Its worn leather covers and pages yellowed with age, sealing within it knowledge and stories long forgotten. With trembling hands, Carlos opened the diary, the light from his flashlight revealing elegant yet faded handwriting that danced across the pages. The accounts detailed the everyday life, challenges, and hopes of the colonizers, but they also spoke of a time capsule buried by the community, a chest of wishes and dreams for the future. Carlos felt a deep emotion reading the words, a tangible connection to those who had walked this soil centuries before him. It was evident that the Black Cat, with its inexplicable determination, had guided Carlos to a monumental discovery. The diary not only offered an intimate glimpse into the town's past, but also pointed to the location of a treasure of immeasurable value, the hopes and dreams of its early inhabitants, carefully preserved in a time capsule. With the box and diary in hand, Carlos knew that what he had found must be shared. It was a piece of the town's history that could unite the community, bringing to light the ties that connected the past to the present. He looked around, the darkness of the park now seeming less oppressive, illuminated by the promise of discovery. With a deep sense of purpose, Carlos closed the box, determined to bring his discovery to the local authorities in the morning. What had begun as a simple curiosity had turned into a journey of discovery, reaffirming the importance of preserving and honoring the past. And as Carlos prepared to leave the park, the Black Cat appeared again, watching him from the shadows. There was a silent understanding between them, a recognition that, together, they had unearthed a lost chapter of the town's history, ready to be shared and celebrated. As the first rays of morning sunlight streamed through the curtains, Carlos, with the ancient diary open before him, absorbed every word written in trembling yet meticulous handwriting. The yellowed pages told the story of a town resident from eras past, a guardian of secrets and collective dreams. The diary detailed the existence of a time capsule buried beneath the soil of the Central Park, a chest full of hopes, dreams, and visions for the future, sealed by the community. The Black Cat, with its unusual determination, had found the exact location of the capsule, guided by instincts or unknown forces, becoming the unexpected link between the past and the present. Moved by a sense of duty to the town and its rich history, Carlos decided that this discovery could not remain only within the pages of a forgotten diary. With the diary in hand, he headed to the town hall, where he exposed the discovery to the local authorities. Initially skeptical, the officials were intrigued after examining the diary and eventually were won over by the possibility of a treasure hidden in their own town. The decision was quickly made. The time capsule would be unearthed with proper ceremony, and the story of the cat that had sparked the search for a lost treasure began to spread, first among the local residents and then reaching wider media outlets. The excavation was an event that brought the community together, with people of all ages gathered in the Central Park, watching with anticipation as the first layers of soil were removed. And there, right where the cat had dug, they found the time capsule, so meticulously described in the diary. Inside the capsule were letters, photographs, children's drawings, and small personal items, each telling the story of a town resident, their hopes for the future, and their dreams for future generations. The discovery was a moment of revelation, not only about the town's past, but also about the community that inhabited it.